hiring managers, here are two things you might be doing that will cause delays in the interview process. Number one, not giving candidates multiple time and date interview options. Remember, the candidate that you want prioritizes their time and their focus, and they likely have their current role that they are prioritizing and probably multiple meetings already scheduled for the week. So yes, while they are excited to interview with you, to meet you, and to prioritize your opening, remember that the candidate that you want has other priorities as well. So remember to follow the golden rule in the interview process, put yourself in the shoes of the candidate, and from the start, give them multiple time and date interview options so that they can put the interview into their schedule, and so that they also have time to prepare. Because when you only send out one potential option for the interview and they're not available, then this creates a lot of potential distraction, because then you have multiple emails going back and forth from you, the hiring manager, to the recruiter to the candidate, and then all of this back and forth. You can eliminate all of that by sending out multiple time and date interview options at the start. And this is important also for your time prioritization and to help you make an impact and focus and keep your focus. Because remember, research shows that anytime we shift our focus from a task, depending on the complexity of the task, it can take up to 8 to up to 25 minutes to regain your focus once you shift back, or to regain your momentum once you shift your focus back to the task at hand. So if you've got all of these distractions coming in, and you likely do already as a hiring manager, this can leave you feeling at the end of the day like maybe you didn't get as much done, and this is going to cause unnecessary stress. So by taking time to offer multiple time and date interview options at the start, you can end up later putting time back on your calendar. Now, the second thing that could be causing you delays in the hiring process is not interviewing your backup candidates. So here's what I mean. As a recruiter, it is our job to find and send multiple candidates to you, the hiring manager, to help you identify and move forward with the best and most ideal candidate for you. Now, I've seen this happen a lot, where a manager thinks that they found the ideal candidate, but one of the challenging things in the hiring process is that there are so many variables. A candidate can get another opportunity that they feel like is a better fit. They can have something happen in their personal life and suddenly learn that, you know what, this is not the right time for me to make a move. And sometimes, unfortunately, this change can happen on the back end of the hiring process. So let's say, for example, you've got your candidate and that you're moving forward with, and you're getting ready to extend an offer. So you stop the interview process. Meanwhile, your recruiter has already spent time reaching out with a lot of emails to other potential qualified candidates. And so a couple other, let's say 2 additional strong candidates come through that your recruiter presents to you. And of course, your time is valuable. You feel like you found your candidate, so you stop the interview process and you don't interview these candidates. I recommend that you do interview these candidates, because you never know, something could happen with the candidate that you are moving forward with. And I see this happen a lot, where maybe a month later, maybe several months later, maybe even a week later, the hiring manager will say to me, oh, I'm good on candidates, I'm about to extend an offer. So these candidates that I presented are now not going to get an interview. And then a little bit later, for whatever reason, the manager will say, my candidate didn't work out, we need to start the process again. And I'll say, okay, did you want to interview these candidates that I had presented? And then I'll get started again. Meanwhile, these candidates are now no longer interested because they had another opportunity. So all of that work and that momentum that your recruiter had in working to get you qualified candidates, they've got to start the process over, and they've lost out on that time and effort in sending you these candidates that are now no longer interested. What you could do instead, even though you feel like you have your strong candidate, taking time creates time. Keep the process going a little bit longer just in case, remembering that there are wild cards in the interview process, and it will often be the candidate. We don't know what they're going to do or not do. Go ahead and take 1 extra hour, 30-minute time block for one candidate, 30-minute time block to phone interview the second candidate. And now you've got these 2 potential candidates in case something doesn't work out with your star candidate, or maybe you learn that these candidates are actually pretty strong and you want to keep them engaged. Taking time creates time in the interview process. Taking time to give at the start multiple time and date interview options, and taking time to interview your backup candidates just in case. So I hope you got some value from the video. If you did, I invite you to like and subscribe to the channel. That will help me grow the channel, and it will help you stay updated on my next video.